Give me a nod when you're ready. Shooter's ready. Stand by.
Hello, everyone. This is Matt Gunlock with the 3GUIQ podcast. I'm joined here today with Chad Swartout from the Memorial 3-Gun Foundation. Chad, can you kind of tell us about yourself some?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm a competitive shooter, husband and father. I have two kids. I have a son who's in his 20s, who's actually Minnesota National Guard. Just got back from Afghanistan a couple weeks ago, actually.
Oh, wow.
Before the shit got crazy, they got out of there. So,
yep.
And then I have a 10-year-old daughter. So
nice, awesome. I got a 7-year-old. She's a terror.
Yep. They grow out of it, kind of.
Oh, I hope. I think as they get older, they just get needier in a different way.
Yeah, totally. That's exactly what happens.
So what got you into starting shooting 3-gun?
So I got into shooting 3-gun about 2017-ish. I'd actually taken a carbine class from a guy that was came out of the Ranger battalions, moved back here to Minnesota. Took a carbine class with him, and then kind of realized, like, shit, I can do more than just sit on a square range and shoot. So started looking into the competitive shooting and found the Minnesota 3-Gun group, who puts on all our matches up here in Minnesota, including the Tri-Gun, and kind of started watching them and following them, and they do an intro to 3-Gun class every year.
Okay.
So I hopped into one of their intro to 3-Gun classes one year, and been shooting ever since.
I bet your wife is loving you for that.
Right?
Doesn't see you on the weekends, spends all your money. You spend all your money on 3-Gun.
Yeah, I think crap would be a less expensive habit at times, but
oh yeah. Well, it's like I told my wife, like, I was overseas in Bahrain whenever I got the invite to come to the shooting team, and I was like, at first I was like, hey, what do you think? I've been doing this on my own. We obviously know it's pretty expensive. If I go to the shooting team, it will be less expensive. I won't have to spend as much money on my own stuff. What happens? I spend more money.
Yeah, exactly. You fall down that rabbit hole and there's just no coming back.
Pretty much. So you are the director of public relations with the Memorial 3-Gun Foundation.
Correct.
So obviously you're managing the Instagram, kind of setting up everything with the families, I'm assuming.
So the families is done. We have an honoree section that handles all the stuff with the Gold Star families. My main job is I do a lot of our social media via Instagram and Facebook. I handle all our ROs and volunteers for the match, and then all our brand ambassadors for the foundation.
Okay. If somebody was looking to become a brand ambassador, what would you tell them?
So if you're looking to become a brand ambassador, all you have to do is email into support@memorial3gun.com and let me know that you're interested in becoming an ambassador. We have an ambassador application that has to be filled out, and then the board and the president and VP kind of look it over, and we'll go over that person's social media and see if they're a good fit for us or not, and it goes from there.
Nice. How many people do you have as brand ambassadors right now?
I want to say I got roughly 50-ish.
Nice.
At last count, we were somewhere in the 50s. Not all of them are 3-gun shooters. The majority of them are 3-gun shooters, but I have a number of guys that shoot USPSA and and some PCC. I got a couple guys that are PCC, a couple guys that are USPSA. Since we're based out of the Bragg area, I got a couple guys that are PRS and do PRS and sniper comps. And that's strictly what they do. They don't shoot any 3-gun or anything at all. So we kind of go across the whole shooting sports.
That's awesome. Can you tell us exactly what the Memorial 3-Gun Foundation does?
Yeah, so we are a 501c3 charity that puts on a event every year down in Maxton, North Carolina, outside of the Fayetteville, Fort Bragg area. We put on an event, a 3-gun match, that all the proceeds that we raise go to Gold Star families of fallen soldiers from the Special Operations Community. So every year we pick 10 honorees, and stages get named after those 10 honorees. We take people from all across the Special Operations community, all the Special Forces groups, Ranger Battalion, Marine Special Operations, MARSOC, if we get nominees, Naval Special Warfare, Air Force PJs, so all across the board.
And last year you guys raised what, about $120,000 total?
Last year we raised over $100,000, and we were able to take $100,000 and divide that up between those 10 families last year. So each of those 10 honoree families got $10,000 from us at the foundation. That's pretty awesome. And then currently, I believe our last financial numbers that we looked at were 85% of everything we raise goes towards our mission. And then the rest of it, of course, is cost for putting on the match and that kind of stuff. Yeah, promotional stuff and equipment for the match itself. So we're all volunteer. Nobody holds a paid position. A lot of our board members are still active in the Special Forces community. So they're all still active and serving. So no, that's pretty awesome. It was pretty special. You know, I have families like that I still talk to from whenever I was overseas, and their son was deceased, was killed in action. But what you guys did last year, and whenever we were able to meet the families, whenever we were on the stage shooting, especially when it was that fallen service member's family that was on that specific stage, it brought a whole new light of what we were there for, what we were doing. And it just wasn't about shooting a competition. It was about honoring that service member. And then the way you guys handled the awards ceremony and bringing those family members on stage, it was something special and memorable. And I commend you guys with how you handle everything in those regards. Thanks, I appreciate that. And that's what it's about. It's about getting those families out to the event, having them be able to, for one, mingle with the competitors and meet people, and tell their story. Tell the story about the loved one that they lost, and especially at the award ceremony at the end, and each one of those families get to get up there and tell their story. And I mean, there's not a dry eye in the house usually. Yeah, no, it's that moving and that touching, and that's what everybody takes away is it's a 3-gun match. It's a 3-day 3-gun match, but the ceremony at the end is what it's all about. Absolutely. What can we expect this year from this year's match in terms of stages, layout, all that kind of stuff? So we don't have that 100% locked down right now. The facility we use, Griffin Group, is under new ownership this year, so we're still trying to get some stuff figured out with them. But things I do know that are going to happen this year, if you were at the event last year and saw they have an airframe in the parking lot by the headquarters building. Yep. We will be using that airframe as part of the match this year. You won't be able to shoot inside the airframe, but we will be shooting out of the airframe. like on the wing or something like that? No, I don't think they're going to let us go out on the wing just for liability issues, but we'll be able to shoot out of the doors and some
Okay.
stuff like that.
No, that's pretty cool.
Can't shoot in it because they want it in flyable condition still. So, but we're going to be able to shoot out of it.
Okay.
So
no,
they don't
yeah.
want any holes in it.
Absolutely. Are they going to bring the return of the helicopter stage?
Yeah. That helicopter body is going to be there. Probably is not going to be in the same location it was last year because from what we've heard, they're going to have something going on that side of the range while we're there.
Okay.
But the helicopter body is going to be back and part of a stage again this year. And there
Nice.
will be a driving stage as well again, but not in the same
yes.
location from what I've heard.
Okay. Little off-road type stuff?
I'm sorry, what was that?
A little off-road type stuff, maybe?
I don't know, because that's the only paved area, so I'm not sure what they're planning with that. Like I said, we're not 100% locked in on that. They're still trying to work some things out with the facility, so we're
And Jason Byerly
rough ideas.
Yeah, and Jason Byerly from the Carolina Guns and Gear, he's going to be designing everything again, right?
Yeah. Jason Byerly, Zoo City and Carolina Guns and Gear. He's the one that putting all the stages in place, and they're the ones that are trying to work some stuff out, see what we can use, what we can't use. Last year, I think we had one stage where you shot out to roughly 500 yards. This year, they're planning on having more than one stage where we will be pushing 400 or 500 yards. So,
no, that's awesome. Yeah, I can't wait. I tell you what, last year I was so looking forward to the tower stage, and I loved it. And then within the first shot, for some reason, my shotgun just shit the bed on me. I was just like, oh, so this is how this match is going to go. Roger that.
Right. Yeah, that sniper tower it's
fun.
Remember what they can shoot out to. If they close down that range, I think they can shoot to like 2,000 meters.
Oh yeah,
off that tower.
Yeah.
But then they have to close out that whole. They close out that whole left side of the range. They can, go all the way to the berm. So
yeah, no, I like
it's pretty
tower.
Sweet.
Yeah, shooting from the towers, definitely something I'm interested in again. I hope I don't fall because my my short dumbass will probably fall at some point. Hopefully it's not there.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to fall on that.
No. But no, I'd say this is one of the matches I'm most excited about. Just the people, the reason, and the location. It's one of those locations that you don't get to shoot all that much long range, all the mid range, the jungle runs. Like you kind of get the full 3-gun experience at this one match, whereas at other locations, it's kind of you're either going to do all bay or you're going to do a bay with some mix of long range. Here you get everything, and it's awesome.
You get a little bit of everything, and where else do you get to shoot into, on top of, around vehicles? I mean, there's you'll see the cars again like last year, stuff like that. So
no, that's awesome. I assume they're going to do a spinner again, a rifle spinner.
I don't know. I don't know how well that went over last year. So
well, I would assume after Great Lakes 3-gun,
after they had all the spinners in Indiana at that match. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I think it's kind of played out for this season,
Right. Yeah.
Jason, let's leave the spinners alone for the rest of the year.
No spinner. We don't need a spinner.
Oh, we're going to do an offhand spinner at 75 yards?
No, don't give him any ideas now. Come on.
I got to say, I've known Jason since 2016. I shot his very first Carolina Guns and Gear match. And, the guy's a genius. More props to him. Like him and Snappy do some amazing things down there.
They do for sure.
And I wish I was closer. They're about 4 hours away from where I live. And every time I've been meaning to get down there, scheduling conflicts, something like that, haven't been able to. but I'm really looking forward to going down there and seeing everybody. I mean, North Carolina was my crew for years.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and it's such an awesome community. Like we have a really good three gun community up here in Minnesota.
Oh yeah,
And but I mean down there
it's the
it's like
same.
the same thing.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like the exact same thing. They got a killer three gun community down there. It's awesome.
absolutely. I mean, I'd say I have two different families in the three gun community. It would be the North Carolina crew, and then it would be the Minnesota crew.
For
Going
sure.
to JKM last year was like it just introduced me to a whole different group of shooters, and we've honestly all kind of become family. Like people are like, "Hey, where's the Marines? When are the Marines coming?"
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
and,
Yeah.
and it's awesome. It's like, wow, this is honestly so welcoming. And the guys love everybody in Minnesota.
Oh yeah.
Obviously Kim Peterson doesn't live up in Minnesota anymore, but he's still part of the Minnesota family. We
Oh, for
got
sure.
we got Barb, we got you, we have Jay Carrillo, aka Kim Peterson lookalike. Uh, um,
Right.
and it's whenever I retire, there's two locations I know I'll always make it to whenever it's shooting major matches. If I had to choose, it'd always be in North Carolina, and it will always be up in Minnesota, Wisconsin area, because
Oh, for sure.
like you guys got it made. And the
Oh yeah.
people are just so welcoming.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, you go all the way, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and even a little into northern Illinois,
Yeah.
like Mission 22 coming up. You guys are going to be there, aren't you?
No, Tony Alvarez, he's gonna be out there.
Tony's going. Okay.
Yeah. We're gonna be busy. Let's see, we're going down next week. We're gonna do some training with Second Recon. And then we're gonna be teaching 8th Engineer Support Battalion. Then we're going back over to Second Recon. Then we come back up here, and then we're going down to Pro-Am, and we're gonna
Oh, pro
RO.
am. So yeah, you guys got a busy couple weeks coming up for sure.
Yeah, my wife is gonna hate me.
Right.
She's used to it. That's what I'll keep
Yeah.
telling myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It's got to be used to it by now.
Been dealing with me for 19 years.
Yeah. Right.
So we've kind of mentioned the Jeff Kirkwald match, and you guys just had that last weekend. We had Tony come up there. He shot the match. One thing, it's my own fault, but since I have you on here, I've never really gotten the full backstory of what the Jeff Kirkwald match is about.
So I hope I don't screw this up because I'm not 100% versed on this. So Adam Maxwell from Vortex
Yep.
is the one that puts on the match every year.
Yes.
And the way I understand the story is Jeff Kirkwald was a buddy of Adams and a number of the other guys, Ruben and some of the other guys from Vortex, and they were all shooting together at that time. It was part of their shooting group. And Jeff left the house to go hunting, I believe, and walked out the door and passed away from a brain aneurysm.
Oh, wow.
At I want to say, Adam, I'm sorry if I screwed this up. I think he was like 36 years old or something.
Oh,
young
wow.
age.
Yeah.
And so they decided to put on a match to honor him. And, with talking to his family, the family didn't want them to be the charity that received the money from the match. So they started looking for charities. They all the money from the match went to they were donating to a different special operations charity in the past. Had some issues with that charity, or
Right.
that charity had some issues, I should say. They didn't have any issues with them, but that charity had some issues.
Right.
And they happened to come across the Memorial 3-Gun Foundation. I believe Adam was sitting at a table at SHOT Show and met Bryce from the foundation for the first time, and they started talking about the foundation and what they did, and Adam started talking about his match and what he did, and ever since then, we have been the charity of choice for the Jeff Kirkwald Memorial match.
That's awesome. And for those that don't know what the Jeff Kirkwald Memorial match is, I went last year. I know the format's the same. It's one day of shooting 6 stages up there in Minnesota, Forest Lake, Minnesota. So it's a one-day match on the first day, all 6 stages, a mixture of bays, long range. No, there was no long range. It's mainly
we usually don't
stages.
use the long range just because of time requirements, moving people around, that kind of thing. So.
And then the second day you're doing nothing but shoot offs, and as long as you keep winning, you get into the semifinals, quarterfinals, and then the finals. Shoot, I didn't even ask who's the winner this year.
JP Sullivan.
That's right.
He's actually one of our ambassadors from down in North Carolina.
Hell yeah.
He ended up winning TAC Ops, and a local guy named Corey Thatcher won Open. He came. So the way the match works, like you said, you shoot. It's 5 stages the first day, and that seats you in an NCAA style bracket for the shoot off the next day. You get to shoot at least 2 times in the shoot off. If you lose your first bout, you end up in a second chance bracket where you can work your way all the way back up and then shoot against the winner in the finale at the end. So the guy that won Open, Corey Thatcher, actually worked his way up through the second chance bracket and won the event.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah. And Dave Hartman from the 3 Gun Show is out there, and he's broadcasting the entire time.
Yeah. He broadcasts through the event. They do a kind of I guess you could call it like an ESPN kind of play-by-play once we get it into the further rounds, and then that ends up getting pushed out as an episode on his show at some point in time, and it's always a good listen.
Yeah. I think I was making some comments to him last year. Oh, I got to ask you a question. Did he play any Christina Aguilera this year?
I don't believe so. Did you request it?
Yes, I did.
I don't remember hearing any. I'm sorry.
Oh man. I will. He will. It will be known. Anytime anytime there's a match and they're like, "Oh, do you have any music requests?" First thing that comes out of my mouth, Christina Aguilera. People just look at me like, "What's wrong with you?"
Yeah, like seriously, we're gonna do this?
Yes, we are. I am beautiful.
Nice.
I can see Ryan Dixon creating a meme just for this.
Oh, yes, I very much so.
Mm-hmm. So what matches do you still have planned for the rest of the year? Obviously Memorial.
Yep. I'll be working Memorial, so I'll be down there probably the whole week before the match. I got coming up, my next match is Mission 22 in Illinois.
Nice.
Got that one coming up in a couple weeks. And then they do an end of season kind of finale at a range in Wisconsin called Colfax, where they put on kind of a 2-day kind of JKM style match where you end up shooting off the second day. But they do it. It's just a finale they usually have a couple locals throughout the year, and then they have a big finale at the end of the year. So we'll be shooting that one. And then Memorial. And then I'm in Fort Benning. I got into Benning this year, but I'm not 100% sure I'm going to be able to make it. So.
Oh man, I know our team's going to be down there for it.
I know. I got early registration because I got in last year when it was canceled, and now the wife's talking about taking a trip in December. So I don't know if I'm going to have enough time off to do both.
Tell your wife the trip can wait.
Right. We can go to Florida next December.
my wife is I mean, she's a good sport. But I have not had a vacation in 2 years, and you would think, oh, you don't need a vacation. You have the best job in the world. And yes, I do. But
right.
it does wear on you.
Oh, for sure.
I had some vacation planned for this month, the end of this month and beginning of next month. And I was like, we got busy with these mobile training teams. I was like, yeah, I don't have time for this. I'm just going to go ahead and cancel this. And
Yeah, this isn't gonna work.
I honestly, I think come December, that's whenever I'm going to get my time off.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I have over 70 days saved up, and it's like, okay,
Oh well, nice.
yeah.
Taking the whole month off and then some.
No, I'm saving that for terminal. So whenever I retire next November, I can get out, 2 months early.
Nice. Get 2 months early. Nice.
But so if somebody wanted to make a donation or purchase products from the Memorial Three Gun Foundation, which when they purchase stuff, the proceeds go directly to the foundation.
Yep.
Where would they find that?
So you can go to our website, which is memorial3gun.com. And we got a couple different things going on right on there right now. We actually have a couple raffles going on right there. We have a FN Scar 20-inch 6.5 Creedmoor with a Vortex optic on it.
Bob was telling me about that.
We have a Staccato P, I believe, with a Delta point on it and a light that you can buy raffle tickets for. And those raffles will be, the winners of those will be announced at our match on October 10th. You can go and shop merchandise on the website. There's a link to shop merchandise. We got hats, tumblers, t-shirts, hoodies, all that kind of stuff, stickers, chamber flags. And there's just a link to donate as well. So if you want to donate, you can just go on there, donate directly to the foundation, buy some merchandise. Like I said, we got those 2 raffles going. There's a 3rd raffle going on right now as well that JKM put together. I can't even tell you what's all involved in that one because that's a ginormous raffle. There's like 4 different prize packages in that. You have to go on the website and click the JKM raffle and take a look at that one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do that. No.
So yeah, there's all sorts of different ways you can give to the charity via the website, either merchandise, raffles, or donating directly. So.
No, that's awesome. You guys are doing a good job, and I know the families are very thankful, and all the service members are thankful too. Like, you guys do a great job. Thank you for donating your time and your energy and putting all the effort into it. I know all the competitors do appreciate that, and that's coming from one competitor to another. I know the Marines absolutely love going down there. Captain Scott's going to be down there this year. He has missed it the past 2 years, and this year's going to be his year.
Nice. That's awesome.
So I know every single one of us on the team is excited to be down there.
That's good. It's great. So when I got involved with the foundation, I never expected, I guess, the way that everybody feels about us. I can't tell you how many times I'm at a match and somebody comes up and says, "Hey, thank you for what you guys are doing."
Yeah.
I never expected it to be like that. I just volunteer my time and try to get things done. And it's the way we're received in the community has just been awesome. So
yeah, I think we're part of one of the best communities in the world. Honestly, the 3 Gun community,
sure.
you can't beat them. Obviously there's some bad ones out there, but they somehow get pushed out.
Yeah, exactly.
But the majority
always tends to work.
Yeah. Everybody's going to remember Chris Wiseman there at Memorial 3 Gun. He's the grumpy old cop. Who wears tighty whities. Ask me how I know.
I don't know if he's going to be R1 for us this year.
Oh no,
unfortunately.
No,
okay. I haven't heard from him, so I don't know. Hopefully we'll see him there.
Yeah, I hope so. Hopefully he's going to be done at Pro-Am. Him and I go way back as being ROs together. I'd like to lock him in a porta shitter again.
I actually heard that story listening to your podcast.
He hates me. He absolutely hates me. I mean, I could make mention, I'll do it again. I'm going to be recording Dylan Easley later this week, but and I know he's injured. He went to JKM, right?
He did, and actually, he got, from what he told me, he got the clearance from his doctor right before the match to move in a straight line, but not laterally or side to side. So he can't like side load his knee, but he could run straight pretty much. So
yeah.
So he shot the match and did what he could. And he actually finished fairly well. I want to say he finished in the top 20 still, even with his injury. So
nice. Yeah. I think he beat out Tony by one spot. I remember now because I saw the picture of Dylan handing the crown over to Tony as they were going head to head.
Yes, that's right.
And I will say, Dylan, I love the profile picture. You have a great calf muscle, and not only to mention that, but your ass is just perfectly fine.
Right.
He's gonna.
Somebody was doing some serious camera work at whatever match that was.
Yeah. But
yeah, he tried.
Huh?
He tried to throw Tony off with them crayons.
Yep. And it was some off-brand crap too.
Yeah, he always brings the cheap shit.
Yep. You're a freaking doctor. Spend the money.
Seriously, Crayola.
And don't bring no markers. They don't come out nicely.
Sounds painful.
Only when it comes out sideways. But I'm gonna go ahead and ask you if there's anything you'd like to leave the listeners with before we go.
No, only thing I got is if you go to our website and check us out. That's memorial3gun.com. And if you have any questions about the event, you can email me at support@memorial3gun.com. Spectators are more than welcome. The match is full, but spectators are more than welcome. We have some side stages. People that are not in the match can come shoot side stages. Just check out the event, check out what we're doing. If you're interested in coming down and helping out with the match, same thing. Email me at support@memorial3gun.com. We could always use some more help and volunteers. So
nice. And you guys are doing the Dusk and Side stage again this year, right?
Yep. We're actually going to have 5 side stages, I believe, going on. So
oh hell yeah. I know. I challenged Matt Kalish to the Dusk and Side stage.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a big guy. I'm a short guy.
Yeah, Matt's not small at all.
But his beard, when he has it, it's just so glorious.
Is it? I've never seen him with a beard.
Oh, it's amazing. I just want to stroke it.
Now I'm gonna have to ask him to bring the beard back.
But everybody, thank you for listening. Tell us how we're doing. Go ahead, give us some feedback, and we hope you enjoyed. Thank you.